Alright, so it is the night before competition. Check it out. All tanned up and stuff. It's pretty crazy. And speaking of competition, it has been almost, I think, 9 months since we stepped on stage. And this is what I was looking on stage. I was very, very much so diced. I was very low on body fat and very well conditioned, as you can see in that last clip. And this clip, this is about a week or 2 weeks after stepping on stage, getting back into the gym. Very, very well conditioned, very low body fat, but I sacrificed quite a bit of muscle to get to that low of body fat. So you can kind of play around with different ranges and try to come in more full with a little bit more body fat. You can try to come in more diced with a little bit less of body mass, and I tried to come in as diced as possible this time, and unfortunately it took off quite a bit of mass. Now over the last 9 months we have been bulking, and we are going to continue bulking for a very long time. And I want to put this little collection of different clips together just to show you guys how my body is progressing throughout the bulk. You see I relatively stay pretty lean, and I feel like I've been able to add some pretty good thickness and some pretty good mass. I'm trying to do this in a slow style by adding as much muscle without adding on fat, or at least as minimal amount as possible. And I'm also trying to get through this shoulder injury that I've been working on for the last 2 years. So that's a lot to do with how my physique changes. When I get shoulders back, when I'm able to get my chest back, it'll make my whole physique look twice as big. So again, here's a contrast. This is 1 week out or 2 weeks out from competition. So keep in mind, I am carb depleted and I am very flat. So it's kind of unfair to compare this and the other, but this is what we're looking like right before competition. And then this is what we're looking like as of yesterday. This is right after a workout. I believe this was a back day, so you can see that the abs are a little less chiseled, a little less dry, but everything is looking way more thick, and that is really the goal. So we are right on point as to where we want to be in this bulk.
Hello and welcome, my fellow gladiators, spectators and warriors. Let us see what we are weighing in at this week. It looks like we are hovering somewhere around 209.2 to 209.4 pounds, about a pound increase from last week. Let us see what we can do this week on another episode of Resurrecting Hercules.
Yes, my friends, let us start with my favorite exercise to track at the moment, the overhead dumbbell tricep extension. Last week I was actually only using 90 pounds on this exercise, and so since you've seen that last episode, there have been 3 tricep sessions. And now with this last clip that you're seeing on the right, I am using 105 pounds, and I believe the rep ranges are slightly different. I think with a heavier weight I'm doing I think 2 or 3 less reps. But that's a huge weight increase, and that just means we're going to try to get more reps with that 105 pounds. Feeling strong. Another of my favorite lifts to track right now, this one is really important to me. Last week I did this on incline bench press machine. I did 2 plates and a 35, maybe that's a 25, I'm not really sure exactly. But fast forward to this week and we were able to put 3 plates on there, which again, it's nuts to me. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what the reps are, but I thought I got a pretty good amount of reps as well. Now, after this, I had a little bit of tightness in my shoulders, so I put some extra emphasis on stretching it, on loosening it up and getting it ready for the next session. And while it was tight for the next session, it didn't actually impinge. So that is actually really good. And I think I'm kind of getting the hang of what I need to do to keep my shoulder loose. I'll make this one quick. Really, I'm just putting this in here because I want to show you guys this machine. If you can find this machine specifically in your gym or something that looks like this, or if there's like a 2 rope that come over your shoulders that you hold your chest and you pull it down, any sort of heavy weighted exercise is going to be the best thing to add thickness and really add depth to your abs, make them look more blocky. So what I like to do, and just because I found this machine in my gym recently, I like to add enough weight that I can just barely finish 15 to 20 reps. And then I just continue doing that for 3 to 4 sets. Seriously good way to add thickness to your abs. And now, my friends, I will show you a series of different exercises that I'm just excited to be able to perform, period. Seriously, just being able to perform these is blowing my mind and it's blowing my brains out of my skull. So this first one that I'm doing is a reversed machine fly. So this is for your rear delts, and it's crazy actually, because when I tried to use this with 60 pounds, back when I was really dealing with my impingement, I couldn't even do it. It was hurting so bad. Now I'm using 120 pounds on this, and it's not hurting at all. Just have to make sure the angle is perfect. And then there's this exercise. This is a pull down type of machine where the cables are coming from both sides of you above your head. This is definitely one that I was not able to do because that overhead motion was causing that impingement. But I've recently been retraining my shoulder blades, my scapular movement, and you can see I'm really allowing my shoulder blades to come out. That's literally the thing that I'm thinking about. You can see it in my face. I'm just thinking about doing that. And while doing that, also thinking about keeping my shoulders depressed. That way I'm not causing the impingement to happen. But yeah, this one is nuts that I'm able to do. Okay, so I lied. Not all of these are ones that I haven't done before. You've seen me do the CD cable row before, but this one I'm putting in here more so as a failure, just simply because you'll see in a second after Obese to Beast gets to recording me. Get there, come on, you got it. My form is decent, but I would say that I'm leaning back a little bit too much, using just a tiny bit of too much of momentum, and I wasn't able to increase the amount of reps by much, or if any. But then again, every week does not have to be progression. It would be nice if it was, but that's not the way that the human body works. So we just push as hard as we can. Trying to move up to 265. I say like clean 6 reps, probably unclean 4 reps. So right now we are at Denny's, and you know we usually do the build your own burger with the veggie patty and all that stuff to do a whole vegan thing here, but I actually want to show you guys something new here that they have. This is a veggie skillet. You ask for no eggs, no cheese, and it has all sorts of crazy stuff like grape tomatoes, big diced potatoes, which is the best, mushrooms, broccoli, red bell peppers, a few other things, spinach in there, tons of veggies. Just saying, this is a freaking awesome, like, additional thing you can get at Denny's, just to change it up every once in a while. No, man, that's just a little spot of oil grease on my forehead. Yeah, from the shop. So I've shown you guys this in an episode quite a while back. I don't know if all of you have seen this yet, but this is something that I think everybody should implement. I never knew about this before in my life, and this is good for either connecting to your lats and learning how to move your shoulder blade properly for getting like lat engagement, or if you do this before you hit chests and you have impingement problems, this helps so much with impingements. Basically, all you're gonna do is you're gonna find a table or a chair or a desk or something that's about hip height, and then you're gonna put your hand on it, and this part's what's really hard. When you have your hand on the desk, you're gonna think about pushing forward like a front dumbbell raise or something, pushing forward, but then also pulling downwards through your elbow as if you're doing like a lat pull down or a row or something like that. And while you do both of those things at the same time, you're gonna back yourself up and lower your chest down to the floor so it's facing perpendicular to the floor. And while you're doing that, you're trying to let your shoulder blade come away from your body. All of this stuff is really complicated at first. It's really hard at first, but once you start kind of activating, you'll know when you do it too, because you'll feel your lat really come apart from your back. And by doing this, I'm telling you seriously, it's helped my impingement so much, but also my back days are so much more connected. So we're just doing chest, and I was hitting shoulders, and I was doing shoulder shrugs with the barbell, the assisted barbell. And at the bottom of the last rep, I felt kind of like a pop happen in my upper cervical spine, like the first couple of little notches. And now it's pretty damn tight when I turn left or right. I'm saying this simply because I don't know what this is gonna transpire into, but I feel like I should update you guys now. Maybe next episode I'm gonna be like, dude, I had to take a week off. Maybe I'm gonna say I've been going to the chiropractor, I'm not sure yet. Literally no clue. This just happened like 20 minutes ago. So as you just saw in the last clip, I'm still dealing with this neck thing. It's super tight. It's very, very tight. It is only about like 4 or 5 hours after that last scene. So we're gonna still kind of see how this goes. But as far as how this last week has gone since the last episode, I'm feeling really, really good. I know I say that every time, but so far we've been on upward trends. We've been able to add weight. This week we're added about, I think, 1 pound since the last episode, which is perfect. We're trying to do this nice and lean, at least as lean as we can possibly make it. I'm definitely seeing a difference in my physique because I'm able to work my shoulders a little bit. Now I'm not obviously able to, you know, just smash them and put 40-pound weights in my hands and do lateral raises and stuff like back in the day, but even just doing a little bit of shoulder work every single week has already put on a lot of size on there, and I feel like it's changed the way that my body's looking. I'm also feeling a lot thicker. Every single week I feel like I'm getting a lot bigger, maybe not a lot bigger, but I'm feeling a lot bigger, which is really important for me because as I feel bigger, I definitely perform bigger lifts and I feel a lot more confident and a lot more strong in my lifts when I go to the gym. Right now with my diet, I'm eating about 4,000 calories. I am upping that for the next 2 weeks to 4,200 calories, and then we're gonna continue upping it. We're probably gonna end up somewhere around 5 to 5.5 in a couple of months, probably 2 to 3 months from now. But right now, 4,200 calories is how much I'm getting in, and a minimum of 115 grams of protein. It doesn't really need to go that much higher after that, so I just try to aim for that as my low target. That is it, my friends. Thank you for everybody who's come over from Vegan Gains channel. Again, shout out to Richard for sending all you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. If any of you guys are going to be at the Veg Fest in LA this weekend, I will be speaking along with a slew of other awesome people. So make sure that you, if you're there, you say hi, say what's up. Come give me a hug, baby. Other than my little neck, shoulder, back thing, everything is going really well, and I'm really excited about what's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks, so we will see what kind of progress we get up to in the next episode of Resurrecting Hercules.